Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome any newbies. Glad to have you. So today I just wanted to chit chat with you all about something that I personally have struggled with, and I think a lot of other people have struggled, women especially have struggled with this. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys some ideas as to what helped me, and maybe it'll help one of you. But before we get started, be sure to go ahead and subscribe down below, and if you want, you can tap the bell and you will receive notifications, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. So what I wanted to talk to you all about, like I said, is something that I personally have struggled with for a very, very, very long time. And I think a lot of people struggle with this as well, especially women. And I hope by talking openly about it that I can help somebody along the way. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about is self-love, acceptance, and confidence. It is something that I personally have struggled with for a very, very, very long time. Not anymore, but I did. And I think once you find that self-love, acceptance, confidence, you will be so much happier. I know for a fact that I am the happiest I've ever been just by gaining that. And I think a lot of people think, oh, confidence and self-love, that must mean you're conceited, and that's totally not the case. So I just wanted to go over some things that helped me, and like I said, hopefully it'll help someone else. Some things that I work on daily, because it isn't something that you just one day overcome. It's something like exercise or nutrition. You have to work on it daily. And maybe for some of you, it comes natural. Maybe you already have your self-love, your confidence, and acceptance. But maybe some of the things that I say will maybe help you even more. So one of the things that I do on a daily basis is right when my alarm goes off, I sit up, and with it being dark, and I just close my eyes and I start listing off everything that I am grateful for, because I feel like, one, that is a really great way to set the mood for the day, because when you're grateful and you have gratitude, it's really hard to be negative towards yourself or anybody else. And I just think it's so important to focus on gratitude and what you have, and to be thankful for that, because it's so easy to get caught up on being negative and focusing on what you don't have. So like I said, I just set up and I start listing everything that I'm grateful for, whether it is little or huge. Most days it's repetitive, because those are the things that I am really grateful for. And so yeah, I'll kind of just go through my previous day and just say what I was grateful for, whether it's just my kids teaching me patience, grateful for my husband and all he does for our family and his job. I'm grateful that we have a roof over our head, we have food. You know, it can just be that simple, but it's something that I should be more grateful for, because it's such a privilege. And so gratitude and a grateful heart, that is, I think, not that these are in any type of order, but when you have gratitude, like I said, it's hard to be negative, and it's easier to focus on what you do have than being negative. And then that just, negativity does nothing for anybody. So start the day with a grateful heart, and I think just that alone will help a lot. Another thing that I do is, sorry, I have, try new things, step out of your comfort zone. I know it's super scary for me. I hate stepping out of my comfort zone. I love my comfort zone. So I hate the unknown. So sometimes I miss out on a lot of things because I'm too scared to try new things. But one of the things that I did was after I had my third baby, who's now 5. She's 5, you guys. I can't even believe it. Anyways, I joined the gym, and that was super scary for me. And yes, I did start going to the gym with a friend. That was helpful, but it was still really scary because I had no idea really what I was doing, and I didn't want people looking at me or watching me, and now I'm like, who cares? Watch. I don't care. So that was trying something new. That was stepping out of my comfort zone. I used to be really shy, and people who know me now are like, whatever, you are not shy. And I'm not really. But something that was really hard for me was to talk to other people, going out of my way, saying hi, reaching out to people, complimenting people. So I had to step out of my comfort zone, and I started doing that. I started just saying hi, and you know, I've made a lot of great friends just by stepping out of my comfort zone and saying hi, or giving someone a compliment, or you know, just reaching out. And yeah, so another thing is try new things and step out of that comfort zone, because nothing ever grows in that comfort zone. And if you want to grow and you want to learn and you want to be a better person, you gotta step out of the comfort zone and try new things. So that's another one. Another thing that I had to do, and this is a big one for me, is to delete people. If I followed somebody and all of a sudden like social media, all of a sudden I started feeling negatively towards myself and comparing myself, it is not worth it. So I had to learn to start unfollowing and removing those types of people from my life, because it had nothing to do with that person. It had to do with me, obviously. It just has made such a huge difference. So I removed them, and then I feel like once you're strong enough and you have your confidence, you can go and refollow, because you're not going to be comparing yourself. But comparison is like the worst thing ever, and I used to be horrible at comparing myself to anyone and everybody, and it doesn't make for a happy person. So I would definitely suggest deleting anybody, unfollowing anybody, removing those type of people from your life if you have to, until you're strong enough and you feel confident enough that you're not going to compare yourself to those type of people, you know. And if they get offended, they get offended, but you're working on you, and your goal is to make yourself happier. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to remove people from your lives, and it can be really hard, but your happiness is more important. So removing, because it's just social media. It's just social media. It can be such a great thing, but it also can be a really bad thing, especially if you're going to compare yourself. No more comparing yourself, because I mean, what happens? Do you find any happiness when you're comparing yourself to somebody else? No, you end up miserable. So don't do it. And delete. Okay, moving on. This one's a hard one. I don't know why, as women, we find it so difficult to just accept a compliment. Like, we're not worthy enough. Yeah, we are. So my next thing would be accept a freaking compliment. All you have to do is say thank you. There's nothing that drives me more crazy than when I give somebody a compliment and they're like, oh, you're just being nice. Am I? No, not really. I usually don't give compliments unless I truly mean it. And I feel like most people don't usually give compliments unless they really mean it. So all you have to do is say thank you. You don't need to like justify it or say you're just being nice. Just accept it graciously and move on. Okay, it's something that I'm still working on. Like I said, I'm working on all of these daily. The next one would be, don't talk negatively about yourself, which is really hard. You know, we tend to pick ourselves apart. Goes back to the comparison thing, which is just so dangerous, and it just leads for a miserable life. And I'm totally guilty of this. I feel like I'm getting a little better because I can acknowledge that usually the time I'm harder on myself is that, I was gonna say wonderful time of the month, or special time of the month, but it's just an awful time of the month because I really feel like I just beat myself up. I tear myself down. I don't feel good enough. But now that I'm aware of when that is, I can kind of be like, okay, I'm only gonna feel this way for just a little bit and then I'll feel better. Just stop it right now. Don't say anything negative. And my husband's really good to be like, Kirby, you know it's just that time of the month. And I'll be like, I know, but some days it's just, some months are just harder than others. But I find that it doesn't make it better to pick yourself apart and talk negatively about yourself and focus on that. Instead, focus on your strengths, on things that you really enjoy about yourself. Push that negativity out of your mind and just be positive, and it will go away. Everything always goes away, and it's just something that you have to work on constantly, and it'll get better. The last one I want to talk about, this one, whew, I'll probably cry because it's just how I am, right? The last one I want to talk about is just being yourself. For me, it's not that I was never myself, but in a way I wasn't, because I am a people pleaser. I want to make others happy. So I would do things to make other people happy that wasn't really making myself happy. And I think at a young age we kind of learn that it's not okay to be ourselves, and it's sucky, guys. It's just really sucky because I have two daughters and they're completely different from each other, but yet they are both strong, confident. They don't care what other people think of them, and they are okay being themselves. And I feel like, well, I worry because it's just one day that one stupid person says something and it totally changes you, and all of a sudden you're aware of this thing that you didn't think was a thing. So now you got to change yourself, and you stop being who you are and start being who you think others want you to be. And I don't know, I think it happens to a lot of us. Maybe not all of us, but for me, and I can't remember like a specific time, but I just hope for my girls' sake that I can just be a better example and teach them that it doesn't matter what anybody says to you, as long as you love you and you are happy, it doesn't matter. I had a huge problem with that, and once I finally let go of just trying to please everybody and not make other people like me, because I don't feel like I did that, but once I just let go of worrying so much about what other people thought of me, it was like a weight was lifted, and all of a sudden I was happy. I mean, all the other steps that I went over with you guys, all of a sudden those became a little bit easier, you know. So just be yourself. Don't worry so much about what other people might think of you, because somebody's always going to have an opinion, and it's not always going to be a great opinion. But does that person really matter if they have those thoughts about you anyways? No. So why do I care? Oh, I shouldn't. Let it go. Be yourself. People are going to accept you for who you are, and if they don't, then peace out. They don't deserve to have you in their life. So be yourself. It's so important, because everybody else is already taken. So anyways, I hope some of these things that I've mentioned will help you, because life can be hard sometimes, but don't make it harder by beating yourself up and not feeling good enough, because you're good enough. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you, as long as you're happy and you are doing the things that make you happy, then keep doing them. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Again, I hope something I said will help one of you, because it's hard. It's hard accepting ourselves. It's hard loving ourselves, especially when we have so much on our plate. But take the time, set goals, work on these things, and I hope that you will find self-love and happiness and acceptance and confidence. Confidence is such a beautiful thing. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.